So, I played Dead Rails for the first time, and it was actually a really fun game. It took like an hour and a half to play a game. Now, I suck. Not to mention, I'm playing on a controller, which is not great for Roblox for some reason. They just don't like controller players. I don't know. But I was playing with a guy who's played this game many, many times. So, you're gonna see I do really horribly, he does really good. That's the story of the game. See what happens. Hope you guys enjoy. So I bought some coal. My friend Jack bought a revolver, and for some reason I struggled so hard to get onto the train. But once I was on, we threw the coal in and we got going. Just to mention, since this was my first time, I didn't have a role, but Jack was a priest. Why was he a priest? He says because he had just bought the role, but he already has all the good rules. Now, actually, after this game, I did buy what was it called? The Doctor. I bought the Doctor. We tried to play another game. We absolutely failed because we were bored. And after that game, I'm thinking about buying the Miner, mainly because I cannot see, and I need that mining helmet. I hate how dark it gets at night. That's my biggest issue, and that's why I keep dying throughout the game. Well, this first death, it's not, but you'll see that in a second. And here you see me almost die, being an absolutely useless teammate to my friend. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not realize the shovel was a melee weapon. I thought we were gonna have to dig something up. I had just been playing 7 Days to Die right before this, and I don't know, I guess that was just what was on my mind. I learned how to do the sack, and, yeah, I did not realize that was junk. I almost picked it up, he yelled at me, and then we went on our merry little way. Later on, we stopped at the sheriff's to hopefully get a gun. Now, I didn't have a gun at this point. Jack had his revolver he bought off the beginning. But, yeah, I didn't. No, he bought a shotgun, I think, actually. Yeah, he had a shotgun. I didn't have a gun. I didn't realize they could hit me through walls and came closer to death than I wanted to be. Now, I don't think there was a gun in here. There was armor, which Jack took because, he takes the boot of the force. But there wasn't a gun in here. Now, we took some stuff that we could sell or use for fuel or pretty much anything. We were broke. This is the second structure we looted. I saw that town. I did not know what it was, but Jack had to explain to me about the banks and the stuff. Now, you're going to see that I take all the bonds. That's because Jack has every class he could ever want. Well, I have nothing. So that's how I get so many bonds through this run, is because I got every single one of them. We ran into our first night right before we hit the town. I got really confused about the whole nighttime cycle because everything just got darker, and of course I'm not able to see in the night because I'm a stupid idiot apparently. So I didn't realize about the whole nighttime thing. Jack said it'd be fine, but it was not fine. Things went so horribly in that city. You'll see in a minute. We ran past it accidentally, but we just had to walk back a bit, which I did not realize, but big moon. That's a big moon. I didn't realize there's different sizes of the moon. That means it's a werewolf night. Now, I don't think we actually experienced a vampire night, which is a blood moon. We experienced that on our second run, but not this time. But I'm glad we didn't experience a vampire, because I don't want them teleporting on the train. So, the three we experienced are normal, big moon, and lightning night. Lightning nights are the best if you're moving, not good if you're stationary. Except him, he's a priest and he can't be struck. I could be struck though. And I don't think I was. No, I wasn't. I was struck on our second playthrough, which was not fun. Now, it came to shock, but Jack was wrong. This wasn't one of the cities. This was one of the camps, which I did not realize that these were safe, so I was on edge. But there was turrets on the top that shot any werewolf. And basically, how the camps work is this is where you sell off the stuff you gain that you find in cities or buildings. Now, we hadn't really found anything at this point, but, we had some stuff, just nothing worth anything. Jack was the money guy. Bo did not trust me at all, which, to be fair, I don't think I'd trust me either. I would just buy 60,000 lanterns and call it a day. The werewolf attacked him, and Bo just sold off the dead body. It was kind of funny. I didn't realize you could pick up the werewolves. I didn't even know that that's what a werewolf looks like. But you're pretty safe in here unless the werewolf spawns right on top of you, which it did in our third run. That was, very short. Because a werewolf spawned on top of both of us and killed us to death. And that was not fun. So Jack had bought himself a gun, and so he was giving me his little revolver. It took me a ridiculously long time to realize how to pick up the revolver, even though the button was just in the bottom corner of my screen, I could see the button. Now, apparently we could sell the cowboy to the sheriff, which, why can't we take his gun is my question. That is a rifle, and I don't like the rifle. I personally like the shotgun better, but the rifle has its uses, and I had $35 and nothing to spend it on because I wasn't the money guy, I didn't understand stuff. So I just went to the gunsmith and just bought myself ammo. That's pretty much all I did. And after all that, we decided to go on our very merry way. So we hadn't gone that far. Not only did we get a horse for me to sit on, but I figured out I could type in chat, which is new to PlayStation, or at least I didn't know you could do it. And I typed, imagine not being able to type, which Jack did not find funny because he's a computer player, so he's always been able to type. And that's pretty much all that happened for a while after this. We had finally reached a real city, and I did not know what to expect here. Jack had to explain there's 3 different things that we actually want. The church, which has like holy water and crucifixes, the furniture store that has coal, and the bank that has bonds and metal and stuff we can sell for a lot of money and stuff we can use. Now, this revolver, I have learned, sucks. I almost died with this revolver many times. I also don't like how slow the healing is in this game. I mean, I get it. You spend most of the game on the run, so you do get a lot of chance to heal. But if you get hurt, just accept that that's happening. I also learned I can't pick things up without shooting, so you have to put your gun away to pick something up, which sucks if you're attacked. And I also didn't know I could change my inventory, which didn't matter at this point since I only had 3 things. But like later on, when I had like 60 things, and it would have really helped if I would have known that I can move around my inventory. That way I could put, like, let's say I put my lantern in between my 2 guns that I actually use, stuff like that. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second night, aka first death of the run. Yeah, I didn't have a chance. I couldn't see a thing besides the health bars, and if I didn't shoot them, I just couldn't see them. I died. Jack made fun of me for it, but I could not see a thing. Bo had a torch he was using, which the torch is just a worse lantern, because the lantern you can hold in your hotbar. The torch you just have to carry, which means you can't use a gun really quickly. You have to drop the torch to use a gun. So I just sat here dead for a while. Jack did not have any bandages, so he just had to take me to the train and hope he could find bandages. A while later, we hit another outpost, and Jack could finally buy some bandages to heal me, which was nice. And I didn't know is that when you die, all your ammo go bye-bye, except, like, a 1 mag, which sucks, because you'll just buy a bunch of ammo and then die, and then, boom, no more ammo for you. And now it is shotgun time. Jeffrey learns shotgun's very powerful, if he can figure out how to get it without dropping his axe, that is. And then we stayed for the rest of the night, just picking up werewolves, selling them, looking at weird glitches in the map. We got this cool lighting pole, which I did not realize was pretty useful, but it is very useful. Jack stole it because I was trying to put it on the bed of the train and put it to the very front of the train. That way, if any lightning strikes, it will hopefully strike the front of the train and not me. And because we don't want to be struck. Getting struck by lightning is not kind. We had reached another city. Let's just hope this wasn't my end again. Yeah, I did not like the cities at night. That sucked. I also learned that headshotting a zombie is a very, very fun thing. Now, Jack was using a rifle, which personally, I don't think the rifle's as good, especially in these small areas. Because I personally like the shotgun better. Rifle's only good for long range, in my opinion. Revolver is good for absolutely nothing. But if you don't hit them in the head, they still come at you, which is not nice. There are some things I wish about this game, but for how quickly it was made and made of free assets nonetheless, it's a good game. I don't know why I like collecting the zombies to use for fuel. I just am scared to run out of fuel and be stuck and lose the round like that. Because if that happens, then all the effort, because we're a good 30 minutes into the run at this point, I did not want to lose all my effort. I worked hard for this run. I wanted to win my first time, and I cannot win if we get stuck. That was my philosophy. So, if you see me, get random things collected, that's why. I also didn't realize how to do the bank vaults. So Jack had explained to me, you have to kill the bank teller who drops a note that you're able to read off and type in. For some reason, I could not get it to let me type in correct notes. So Jack would always be the one to type in the vault. I'd usually be the one to pick up everything inside. I was his little picker-upper. I don't know a better way to describe that. Oh, God. And there was a few banks in this city. I mean, this was a pretty good city. I think there was like 4 banks. I don't know. It took us a second to raid. I was worried it was going to become nighttime again. Jack called me a wimp, which, I mean, fair. I kept dropping my gun, trying to pick things up, which, not fun, because that means I had to pick my gun up again. And I learned about the banknote here, and pretty much everything going on. I don't know. I think I'll play this game again. I mean, if you guys think I should, if this video gets decent views, especially for how my channel is now, I'll do this again. They called me a madman, and yet it turned nighttime. Yeah, I hate nighttime cities. I refuse to do these again. Bo, I'm gonna become a train dude. Just stay on the train. That's gonna be my whole entire life. Both Day and Jack seemed to come at the exact same time. Who would have guessed? Bo raided the entire city and came back to me, which is fair. I probably would have just died again, especially with no ammo. I do not... That was a normal night, but still, I do not like nighttime. Ooh, I got a light. Maybe now I won't die every time we even look at a city at night. Jack had showed me the power of the crucifix, which I just think is funny. Like, it's just striking both of them with lightning. Jack had almost died doing that. I almost died because of the werewolf. And then I killed him last second. But, yeah, things were not going great. Jack did not understand my pleads for help. I had no ammo and, like, 50 werewolves attacking me. So I died. But I blame Jack, okay? It's all his fault. He's the pro. He should have been there better. Why did we stop? I don't actually know why we stopped. Jack just wanted to kill some werewolves. It's pretty much why we stopped. Jack just wanted to kill some little werewolves. And I died for it. Another fort. Yay! We had hit another city a bit later, like a lot later actually, and I mean, nothing unique about this place, so I won't spend too much time here. Here's something I hadn't seen before. We found a raiders camp, which honestly was nothing special. A lot of the POIs are the exact same in this game, and I don't know. I hope they update the game soon. If they update it, I'll definitely come back and make a new video on it, because it's a pretty fun game, but it also takes so long and gets so repetitive that there's a point that's just kind of like, what are we doing besides running a train? I found this bulletproof sheet metal, which I thought was really cool. Jack was like, yeah, okay, I guess, and we did not share the same opinions about many things. It was very sad. But, anyways, I got some more shotgun ammo, kept dropping my shotgun, became night, and I did not want to be here. So, we ran back, because I hate the night. I am anti-night. I'm going to make it never night. We're going to do /day, and daylight cycle on, off. This is a really funny thing. So later on, I got super bored. Jack told me to buy 1 piece of coal, and I decided best idea to just spend all my money on coal. So I bought a few pieces of coal here, okay? Just a few. Just like a tiny amount of coal. I think I went down to like $25 left. What did I spend it all? No, I spent it all besides $5 I couldn't spend. And I couldn't even pick up all the coal because I had the dynamite in there, which I'd been keeping the dynamite because Jack had threatened me with the dynamite a few times. We got it in the first city, I'm pretty sure, and it's been in my bag the entire time. But yeah, I couldn't even get all the coal. That's how many coal we bought. And this time we never had the issue. First time, our train did not make it. We had to go run really far to get some stuff so we could actually get our coal. It wasn't even coal. We got like chairs and stuff to throw in our train because, yeah, our train did not make it. See, we were like an hour and 10 minutes in, so we were bored. So I kept trying to put the zombie on the cab, and Jack would try to run away each time I did it. And yeah, we did this for a good few minutes. I mean, this is about halfway through us doing it. And it just would not happen. Jack would not let it happen. He kept running away if I got too close with it. I couldn't fling it like he can fling stuff because my sensitivity, it sucks. But yeah, we did this for a few minutes. It was kind of funny. Achievement unlocked, advanced hardware. Now, see, the thing is, this video is going to be pretty short. This thing took us an hour and a half, but most of that time was just boring stuff, doing stuff over and over again, so it won't be in the video, but just know, we're good so far into this video. Like, it's insane how long we've been playing. Not to mention, this came after, like, a 4-hour Helldivers grind, so we'd been playing for a while, so we were kind of worn out. This was at, like, 11 at night, I think. I don't quite remember. But we had been playing, well, he played for 4 hours. I had been playing for about 7 with another dude who had gotten off, so we got on this game to just test it out. But yeah, we'd been playing for a while is what I'm trying to say. You know, come to think of it, there's a reason that there's, bulletproof sheet metal. Now, I didn't realize this was an enemy village, so it's, like, so confused why the turrets were shooting us and everything. And Jack thought it was funny, so he just did not describe to me what was going on. And, it did not go well, let's just say. Let's just say it no go good. I got brutally murdered. They had guns, you officer. Only we're supposed to have guns. I used a snake oil. It didn't work. I actually dropped it, meant to use it. So yeah, I was laying dead in our cab. Now, I didn't realize this was the end of the game. We didn't fight the boss. We never... I think we went past it. We never even realized it was there. So we didn't fight the boss. So I didn't realize this was the end of the game. And I was just, like, so confused why we wouldn't just go forward. Why do we have to fight these dudes? But, yeah, we had to wait for the drawbridge to drop. Now, I just sat here dead for a while until Jack came and healed me. I thought this was going to be a much more intense fight for the finale, so I was just sitting here kind of like, what's going on? I had 3 snake oils, 4 snake oils actually, that I just didn't use which is kind of funny because those would have saved my life a few times if I ever used them. But we were just kind of sitting in here waiting for stuff. It was a thunder night, so I couldn't really go out. I underestimated how much thunder struck. I thought like it's very, very often it'll strike you, like very much, and all the time it'll strike you. I didn't realize it wouldn't do that, so I was dead scared of thunder this first game. So I was fighting from a distance. Jack can't be struck, so it made sense why he was out there. But yeah, I just kind of hid in the house for most of the time while we were fighting. Eventually, I did go up into the area under the gate, but for the most part, I stayed back here. I don't know why I had revolver ammo. When did I... Oh, yeah, I found revolver ammo. I was going to say, when did I buy revolver ammo? Who buys revolver ammo? But, yeah, this was the end of the game, and honestly, we probably should have fought the boss, because this was kind of boring. Especially for... I don't know. I just didn't feel like this was worth it for an hour and a half of playing. You know what I mean? But, hey... We'll do it again if they update the game, and, like, we'll fight the boss next time, is what I'm saying, though. Because this was something, and it wasn't a good thing. Not to mention that this is a 4-player game, I'm pretty sure, and there was 2 of us. One of us was a complete idiot, and one of us actually plays the game a good chunk, but there was nothing left to fight. So, I mean, we just waited for the drawbridge to drop, and we won. Now listen, if you enjoyed this, we'll do it again, but... In other words, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will see you guys next time. Goodbye.